What's up, Daryl and Warner? This is the Swolverine, the effing machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage. I mean, who better? You already know the answer to that question. And if you don't, that is nobody. Giving you guys a shout out on your podcast, Covalent. And I appreciate you guys being big fans, big supporters, and the best is yet to come. All right, guys, take care.
Hey, Daryl and Werner. I just want to say thank you so much for being a fan and watching NWA and being super supportive of that. Hey, everybody, this is Camille Brickhouse, and you're listening to Covalent TV.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, La Boricua Badass, the brightest star in the sky, the greatest that beat the greatest, La Boricua Badass, the Flavor Gang leader, and you're watching Covalent TV. Oh,
Daryl and Werner, I want to send so much love. I heard about Covalent TV, and I wanted to say thank you for, making fans, wrestling fans happy, for the gaming and everything. Like, you guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. And to everybody else out there, thank you for listening and watching Covalent TV. Sending so much love. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay sane. Love you guys. Mwah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, man. We are ready to hit y'all off with this razzle-dazzle. What is going on, man? Y'all are getting over the hump of the week, and y'all got to get over the hump of something else, because if you ain't had sex in a little while, you might need to go get some before you watch this show, because we are oozing with testosterone. So that means, welcome to the AEW Dynamite Live Review. It is your boy, Mr. Starkside.
Big Dub.
What is going on, beautiful people? How is everybody doing in the house tonight? If you are in here straight away, Truth Seekers Roll Call in the chat right now. Let's get this shit popping. If you don't want to get it popping, then in which case, get your ass out of here. We don't need you. We don't need you. Get out. Don't bring your dirty ass shoes in here. We don't want your dirty ass shoes in here. Walk away. You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to all the Truth Seekers that are popping off in the comment section already. If you are already doing that, then in which case we appreciate you thoroughly and we respect you as a gentleman or woman and a scholar. All right? So much love to every single one of y'all, man. Much love to every single one of y'all. Now, like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang is in full effect as well. How you can do that? That is easy, man. Super Chat, Streamlabs link, Cash App, Kizash is app, as I prefer to call it, okay? Everybody put IZAP in the comment section, okay? You ain't even got to put Kizash. They ain't paying us to shout them out. So, you know what I'm saying? You just put IZAP, all right? Much love to y'all, man. We got to get that engagement rolling early and get it rolling often because, man, tonight's show is one to talk about. The energy should be good. We hope that y'all bring the insightful comments. Y'all have a good conversation in the chat's worth without skipping ahead.
Yep.
I know some of y'all motherfuckers cannot help yourselves. Okay?
That's a fact.
Slow it down. All right? And Adrian Carpenter getting the good vibes off right away, man, and pause if necessary. We don't want you getting anything off. You know what I'm saying? Let's pause that just in case. But said Persephone making her Ring of Honor debut on May 28th in El Paso. Sign me up. Y'all know how I feel about her. Y'all know how I feel about her. That's somebody I've been telling y'all to look out for. Okay, so y'all, hey, it's a couple people. Oh my God, she's not even on that. Okay, you gonna find out. I got an eye for this, baby. I know what I'm talking about. Shout out to all the people that typed in ISAP. I see the ISAPs in the comment section. And Adrian Carpenter, thank you for the 10 schmackaroos, man. All donations are appreciated, loved, and not tolerated. No. We love them passionately, in the dark, with no cologne on, all funk. You know what I'm saying? Ball and dick cheese everywhere.
Yep.
Respectfully. Appreciate you. All right. Mo said, update on my mom's surgery went well. She's in quite a bit of pain, but doing good. Thank you for all the prayers. Love the Covalent TV fan. No, man, it's all love, man. Prayers were sent, and I hope that they continue to work over your mom. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all being in here, spreading that good energy, sending out prayers to people who need it. That is what is most important at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Dad said, I'm here. I had to go to my uncle's funeral today. He was depressed, unalived himself, and I was close to him, and a big loss for me and my family. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah,
so
that
everybody,
sucks.
y'all know where to continue to direct y'all prayers. Mo and Chad, send y'all prayers to them. That is awful. I hate to hear about that, Chad. Wow. That's unfortunate, man. Sorry to hear that. All right, but everybody send your love his way, because that's what people need the most in situations like this. They need to see that the love is there. Okay?
Yeah.
And appreciate you being in here, Chad. Appreciate you being in here. Much love. All right, guys. Now, let's not mess around. Y'all know exactly what is going on, man. Y'all know what is popping off in this motherfucking place right about now. We got to bring you beautiful people the news, whole one special, accountable, and bring you facts, data, statistics as we go, because that is just what we do. We're not going to play around, y'all. Let's not, I think we could delay them, but I don't see a reason to. Let's go ahead and get into 10 news. Let go.
So it's been, what, a week and a half since the worst PR for WWE in history? Week and a half-ish?
Just about.
And Nick Khan going, we don't sign people to bench them. Yet, yesterday, one Dakota Kai went on stream and said, I'm benched. I'm not hurt. I'm sitting here with you guys on stream.
So I have no comment for that as of now. I'm gonna hold my thoughts on that for a little bit, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in just a second. So just hold tight. I have nothing to say about that, Werner. Nick Khan is one of those people, though, that like when he gets a high position of power, it becomes absorbed into him, and he believes that he is something that he is not. The arrogance and absolute just disconnect from real life that he has when he speaks about professional wrestling is disgusting. Like, he thinks he's too cool for school. He thinks that he's above professional wrestling. Like, that's the part I really want to harp on more than anything. You could tell Nick Khan thinks he's above professional wrestling, but right now it's a good gig and it's paying the bills and it's keeping the lights on in his mansion. So yeah, he'll do it. But I said this about Nick Khan from the beginning, and you can ask Werner. I've said this from the beginning, and I've said this on stream. Nick Khan is like a hired mercenary. I've always said that about Nick Khan. He's like a hired mercenary. WWE hired him to be the guy to broker their deals for them, because he's the only guy that could pull the wool over these network executives' eyes better than anyone else. Do I think he cares? Yeah. Do I think he cares about the WWE product? No. Do I think he cares about the wrestlers? No. Do I think he cares about the wrestlers' mental well-being? No. Do I think he cares about the ID program or the UFC or anything? No, I don't. I really think he's probably the most hands-off of them all. But when there's a chance to be a glory hound and sit there and soak up some spotlight, he's the first person in front of a camera like Jesse Jackson. You got to be old enough to understand that reference, by the way.
That's a good point.
Nothing he does or nothing he says comes across as genuine. It's like that one person, if anybody's ever been to a swap meet in their life, it's like that one swap meet person that everybody avoids because he's charging like not swap meet prices. And you're like, dude, you're in a swap meet. Why are you charging retail prices at a fucking swap meet? I know what you probably got that for. You probably got it for free. So any profit is good profit. Why are you charging retail? I can literally go to Walgreens and get this cheaper. I could go to Walmart and get this cheaper. That's Nick Khan. He's that guy that tries to pass off retail as a deal. He's that car salesman that tries to pass off sticker price as a deal, like that King of the Hill episode.
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of. He's sleazy, he's slimy, and he just literally looks like a snake. And when he talks, and whenever I see a quote come out from him, I'm just like, dude, how can you trust anything this motherfucker says? You could feel the disingenuous nature of his words jumping out of the fucking phone screen at you. But shouts out to Michael Latina coming through with the 5 schmackaroos with Don Lemon and Ron Lime.
Yep.
High-fiving. You know what I'm saying? Ron Lime is getting in that
friendship.
Airtime. Yeah, you got to go ahead and get in that airtime. I appreciate you. But yeah, you got to know a snake when you see one, and he's not even trying to hide in the grass. Nick Khan ain't trying to hide in the grass. Because like I said, every time there's a camera there he is. Trying to do that fake, oh, I just want to be in the background type of thing. Dude, if you wanted to be in the background, guess what? You'd be in the background. But instead, here you are front row at the major events trying to look away from the camera like you don't know it's there. Dude, you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anyone. And you probably sitting next to the next sucker you gonna swindle for WWE to get a damn TV deal for SmackDown.
Right.
Because I think this has been lost on everybody. Y'all know SmackDown's TV rights are coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been lost on everybody. It's coming up in like, what, a few weeks?
Yeah, and then Peacock is sometime next year for the network.
Yeah, I think that's something that y'all forgot about. I think that's something that's being overlooked as we speak. So every time you see him in the front row at these major events sitting next to somebody again, he's probably sitting next to the next person he's going to swindle. I'm not falling for it, Nick Khan. You could sit here and say whatever you want and act however you want and try to lie to the people as much as you want. But, dude, anybody that has an inkling of good spirit can see through your bullshit, dog. Yeah. Moxie might said he's a corporate stooge, attention whore. But here's the thing. Like I said, he tries to do that. Oh, I'm looking away from the camera. I don't want to be seen. Dude, have you seen you? Like, be for real, dog. You look like the one non-Italian dude they allowed to run with the mafia. Like, motherfucker, we can see you, homie. So doing all that looking away from the camera bullshit and acting like it's not there, Nick, you're not fooling a soul. I know all the tricks, homie. I've worked in entertainment at a high level, and I still do. You're not fooling anyone. Celebrities do that crap all the time. If anything, it shows more ego that you don't look at the camera. Come on, man. And shouts out to Dakota Kai. Werner gives her a lot of shit, but shouts out to Dakota Kai.
I don't give her shit. I just want her to eat a cheeseburger. I don't want her to die from anorexia.
Boy, you let somebody talk long enough, they'll say something stupid. Thank you, Werner. I appreciate that.
What?
Even though Dakota Kai gets a lot of shit from Werner, as I said. Dakota Kai, thank you for pulling the trap door on that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for pulling the trap door on that bullshit. That took nuts, especially considering, he's very high ranking in the company right now. Good for you, Dakota. And I gotta admit, hold on. I'm about to make, these are my confessions. I gotta make a confession. I just saw a picture of Dakota Kai with the curls. Hey.
I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch.
Hey. Hey. she was looking straight for the stroke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to none of y'all like that. It's crazy how one thing can, like one little enhancement, can just make a woman pop. Because them curls was looking good. All right, Dakota. That's a good look, baby. That's a good look, baby. And that's also a look. This is not to be overlooked. That's also a look that, to me personally, screams, I don't think I'm going to be wrestling on TV anytime soon. So let me do something different with my hair.
Yep.
See, you can learn a lot about women by looking at how they present themselves and how they dress themselves up or how they do their hair. That hairstyle does not scream, I'm going to be on TV anytime soon. It screams, I'm expecting my release. Because they typically don't let girls wear their hair like that on TV. For the most part, girls, I think Naomi is the only one that really gets to do it. But for the most part, the girls' hairs are they're straight. Most of their hair is straight. And that's by design. I could get into that, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Yeah, y'all playing with the like button, man. Okay, 25 likes by the second match or this stream goes off. And I would hate to do that because Dynamite was dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if y'all want to fuck around, then go ahead, fuck around and find out. Respectfully. Yes, indeed. Said June 1st, 2025. Yeah, I think it's in a few weeks. I think those rights deals expire for SmackDown. That expires in a few weeks, dog.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, double check that right now.
I thought there was a 5-year deal.
Yeah, because I just saw some on that the other day. They was like, yeah, the SmackDown rights is coming up very soon. If I'm wrong, but I saw it somewhere. Yeah, so I saw a picture, and yeah, she was popping. Yeah, them curls look good on her. I'm not gonna lie, those curls look good on her. What? Okay, no.
5-year deal.
When did they ink it?
This was reported September 21st of 2023.
Then what the fuck are they talking about then?
I have no idea.
I saw something saying that shit is coming up in a few weeks.
SmackDown will begin airing in October of 2024. So either 2028 or 2029, I would think.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. I could have sworn I saw that shit somewhere. I'm positive I did, actually. But I guess I'm wrong. Okay. But if WWE, yeah, it might be the Peacock thing. I might be wrong on that. It might be
the Peacock thing. I'm certain that's probably within the next, I would think, by July.
Yeah, I might have had it mixed up. It is what it is. It happens. But yeah, let me see what we got. Yeah, the releases. WWE is doing this thing with releases this year that I do not like. It's almost like you can hear the Jaws music. Like, the releases are coming. And it's just like WWE is delaying it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody notice that?
We don't want them to go to AEW.
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of these people are going to go to TNA. And then the people who do go to AEW are probably going to whine and complain their way out of there in like 3 years.
Right. And then they're going to come back to WWE.
Right. So what's the worry?
Have the same gimmick that they had in AEW.
So what's the worry? That's how I feel about it. So like, what's the worry? Like, why are they delaying these releases? Like, they're going to come back and kiss your ass again. I don't get it at all. I just do not get it. Just do the releases. Get it over with. Because again, I'm sure Dakota Kai is just holding her breath right now. I'm sure Zoe Stark is just holding her breath right now. I'm sure Austin Theory is just holding his breath right now. Shayna Baszler is holding her breath right now, or his, depending on the way she presents herself.
Yep.
But like, yeah, the fact that they're doing that, it's just, I don't know. Like, stop treating your wrestlers like they're inmates on death row and just get the job done. Because now you got Nick Khan running around lying on wrestlers' fucking statuses. Dude, if you're going to lie on their statuses, why are they even there? Yeah, Karrion Kross got to be holding his breath too.
Yeah. Oh.
He's been holding his breath for probably 2 years. But yeah, I don't understand the point of it. I just do not understand the point of it. Yeah, Shotzi is another one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I want to see these wrestlers get released, but it's almost like you could just see it coming. And out of all the people like we just named, the only one I could really see like maybe trying out AEW is Shotzi. Maybe. And even then, I still think that's a TNA move. I still think she signs to TNA. I never thought Indy Hartwell was going to go to AEW. I never thought that.
No.
It would have been a nice addition? Sure. See, getting Indy Hartwell at this stage of her career is like getting a very valuable 4th-round pick in a draft, in the NFL draft. Where, like, it could work out. Could end up being a decent starter for your team. But then again, it might not. Now, some people might say, isn't that what the entire draft is? I think your odds of getting a good to great player in the first round are way higher than it is in the 4th. Yeah, that's what Indy Hartwell kind of grades out as. And I don't think that's what Tony Khan is in the market for right now. And again, I'm not trying to speak for him, but I don't get the vibe that that's what Tony Khan was in the market for. I don't think he was in the market for like a 4th-round pick. I think Tony Khan is looking for 1st and 2nd-round picks strictly and exclusively. Like Kevin Knight is like that high 2nd-round pick that should have won the 1st round. That's what Kevin Knight is. Like, look at all his signings. Speedball Mike Bailey, solid 2nd-rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Like that safety that starts for your team for 10 years. Real solid. Never really misses coverage or assignments. Always just in the right place at the right time. Your favorite football team has had that type of player. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
My Bears have had plenty of players like that at safety.
And at corner.
Definitely in a corner. Yeah, Speedball Mike Bailey is like Charles Tillman. Josh Alexander is like young Brian Urlacher, like before he became Urlacher. And I think Josh Alexander could reach that Urlacher potential in AEW, where he just dominates for fucking 10 to 15 years, and it's just easy. That's what I think Tony Khan is going for right now. And when WWE inevitably fumbles their 1st round and 2nd-round picks like Stephanie, like Julia, they've already fumbled Julia. I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Julia is cooked. Yeah. And we love Julia on this channel. We love Julia.
Yes, we do.
Julia is cooked. You don't get a second chance at a first impression. Julia is cooked, at least in WWE. So when they inevitably fumble all these people and they got to send them to free agency, it's going to be a lot of 1st-round reclamation projects out there that Tony Khan could sign. I think Tony Khan is waiting out the market. And that's smart. That's very smart of Tony Khan. And y'all know what I mean when I say 1st-round reclamation projects. Those players that for whatever reason or another, they didn't work out on one team, but that change of scenery gets them playing to their potential.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be Julia someday in the future. That's going to be Stephanie someday in the future. When their career's in the dumps and they need fixing and they need a change of scenery, Tony Khan is going to be waiting on them. Now, do I think they're going to get the same offers they would have gotten if they would have signed initially? No. No. And I think the only reclamation project Tony shouldn't take back is Jade. Jade needs to stay on the free agent market. When WWE inevitably rids themselves of her, she needs to stay on the open market as a lesson.
I mean, I know it's early, but what about Stephanie?
No, because they're in the process of giving Stephanie this ROI push.
Right.
So, like, when that dies down, we know what her fate is going to be, but I feel like Stephanie is going to get it from the whole market, not just Tony Khan.
Okay.
It's going to be a minute before anybody, and I don't mean this in a disgusting way, it's going to be a minute before anyone touches Stephanie when she hits the free agent market. Based off of how she did business when she left, I think people are going to really be hesitant to negotiate with her. At first. I don't think ultimately, but I think at first, a lot of people are going to be like, which is why I said I don't think she's going to get the sweetheart deal she would have gotten if she would have just waited Tony Khan out.
Right.
I just don't think she's going to get that same offer. Yeah, she marked herself out of work. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think the same opportunities that were available to her before she went are going to be there when WWE inevitably fucks her up. I just don't believe that to be true. Thekla is like a third rounder. Very boom or bust. I think she's going to boom if she goes anywhere but WWE. But I think if she goes to WWE, her bust percentage goes up a lot. Because look at what they did to Zarya.
Oh, boy.
Thekla and Zarya are very similar prospects. They're very similar prospects. Very similar. To me, both. Well, no, I think Zarya, which I hate that fucking name. I think Zarya has a second round grade, and I think Thekla has a third round grade. But they have very similar skill sets. I think Thekla is a little more fluid in the ring, though. And that comes from working with a lot of Joshis.
That's not a bad thought. Fuego said Thekla is that linebacker that gives up yards to tight ends, but kills the running backs at the line.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison.
And that's not the defense that WWE plays.
Right.
They back their linebackers up as way out of the box. Their linebackers are damn near at the end zone.
Yeah, they play prevent defense all the time.
Yeah. Bend but don't break. That's what WWE plays. Bend but don't break.
Whereas AEW right now is doing the 46.
Yeah. And doing it very well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, Zarya, look, some people like the whole thing with Sol Ruka. I'm not going to say I think it's corny. I just don't think it's a proper use of either one of those ladies' skill sets. That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. All right, let me see what we got. Andrade had a first-round grade with me at one point, but after he went back to WWE, look, let me tell you something. Tony Khan, if he does pick him up, he should pick him up as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
At this rate, undrafted free agent. You take a flyer on him. You don't really give him too much. You know, like a lot. Don't make anything he gets guaranteed. You take a flyer on Andrade at this point. When WWE inevitably lets him go. Respectfully. It seems like Thekla is going to AEW. I don't think that's a foregone conclusion.
I don't think it's a foregone conclusion either.
It's not as foregone as it was with Mina.
Because, I mean, you still have the dream of WrestleMania. That dream of main eventing WrestleMania. Don't you want to live out your dreams at WrestleMania that you'll never, ever see?
Luis Diaz Rodriguez, new commenter, said, Ilya Dragunov is perfect for AEW, high second round pick. You know what's crazy? I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree
that's
with
actually
you.
a perfect shout.
I do not, again, somebody that, again, could grade out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Could grade out in the first round, but I think he's a high second round pick. I agree with that. The problem is he's not in a place that matches his skill set. He's not in a place that matches his skill set.
You know what? He's probably the one that like either the Super Bowl champion picks as like a throwaway pick, or somebody goes back into the first round.
Oh, like
and
Cooper
gets him.
DeJean, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I really believe that once he gets out of WWE, he could take off like a rocket. I really do. Because WWE got him doing like this like coked up midget kind of thing. And it just, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Respectfully. Let me see what we got. You said no, Andrade could stay out. He could also, that's why I said you pick Andrade up as an undrafted free agent. You don't make him any guarantees. You basically say, hey man, if you want to wrestle, I'll give you some matches on Collision. You know what I'm saying? I might give you a TNT title reign or something, but like, dude, if you think you're going to be world champion or you think I'm going to put you in any main event programs, get that out your head right now. Basically, you humble him.
Yep.
You humble him at the door. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. That's what coaches do tell undrafted free agents. Nothing is promised when you walk in this building. Guys, I've played football. A coach will tell you to your face, I'm not promising you a spot with anything. You have to earn your spot. And then once you get that spot, you have to work to keep it. That's what you got to do with somebody like Andrade. So that way, if you cut him, it's no harm, no foul. Because you didn't make him any promises. 4 more likes, ladies and gentlemen, or otherwise the stream goes off. Much love to everybody in the building supporting Covalent TV right now. We really appreciate y'all, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Show the necessary love. We had a donation earlier that I forgot to read. I apologize. Adrian Carpenter said report saying Thekla is going to AEW. Somebody send me a link to that.
Yeah,
somebody send me a link to that. I want to see that. Because for whatever reason or another, I just don't feel like that's a foregone conclusion. I just feel like WWE is going to swoop in at the last second and grab her.
Because dreams.
And everybody got real quiet in this room when I said WWE has now entered the dream selling business. There was a lot of people that got quiet in the comment section when I said that. Did y'all think I was like trolling? Did y'all think I was joking? Like I told y'all I had that on inside information. I told y'all I heard that from a person that represents a lot of these wrestlers. I told y'all that. WWE is in the dream selling business right now, not the pay you what you're worth business.
Why are we putting up things that we tell you not? No free pub for anybody. Why are we putting that in the comments?
Would they release Ilya Dragunov? I mean, yeah, they've released other people. They've released other people that are coming off of injuries. I'm shocked they didn't release Tyler Bate. I was very shocked to see they haven't released Tyler Bate. Straight up. But I don't know why. With Thekla, I just feel like that. I said send me a link, by the way. I didn't say put it in the comment section. I said send me a link. Y'all got to follow instructions now. All right. But, and y'all know where we at on Twitter. Y'all know where we at on Instagram. So don't say, I don't know where to send it. You know where to send it.
And Facebook.
Yeah, y'all know where to send it. Come on now. Yeah.
Grayson Waller just needs to go back to Australia and never be seen from again.
Grayson Waller is one of those people. He's a 7th round pick that thinks he's a 1st rounder.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that like, he gets on social media and complains about his draft status and where he landed and all that stuff. And then he gets into the NFL and just fucking fizzles. And he blames everyone but himself. And then add in the fact that the dude is just a fucking mark for himself. That alone tells me he's not going to last in the business. At least not at a high level. Yeah, Grayson Waller's a corn billion. He's a straight corn billion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel is a great comparison to Grayson Waller. Like, it just, good Lord.
Might be an insult to Johnny.
I mean, goodness gracious me. I do not understand what WWE fans were hyping him up about 2 years. What was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't get that one.
He has the worst finisher I've ever seen. And he just has the presentation of an Australian Miz.
Now, that's something I agree with 100%. Saying Waller was given chances to get over too. I agree with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
He was given multiple chances. Absolutely. I agree with that 1,000%. All right, guys, it's time to get to the next portion of the show where these people will never get over because they are weird. And if you saw them in real life, they probably wouldn't say any words to you because they haven't seen daylight since, well, you know, they came out of their mama's woohoo. So if y'all know what portion of the show is coming up, go ahead and drop that brang tang tang in the comment section. But even if you decide you are not going to, I'm going to tell all you hoe-ass motherfuckers anyway. It's time for us to hold one special. Dumbass! Accountable. It is time for drone accountability. Lego.
This is from Twitter.
Good old Twitter.
Oh, boy. You know what? I'm calling this one a doozy. The doozy train is pulled up. Oh, boy. This is from Lemon.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Hey. Lemon says, and I quote, I miss Prom Breaker when he was white. Broken heart emoji.
Oh, my God.
Dumbass! Dumbass!
I said it on the last review. I'm going to say it again. Why are yours always so fucking exhausting? God damn, why are yours always so goddamn exhausting? Like, oh, God, the corny fucking like, here's how you know WWE fans don't get out and socialize in real life. When have you ever heard someone joke like that in real life?
No, nowhere.
And if you do hear somebody joke like that in real life, they're either typically like a closeted racist or they're just corny. Like, everybody that co-signed that Cody is black joke, I've said this on stream before. If you are one of those people that thought that was funny, please don't watch our shit. Please don't watch our shit. I do not want you watching our shit. If you ever thought the John Cena "you can't see me" jokes were funny, please stop watching our shit. Please. I'm so serious. Please leave our shows alone. Because that means that you're prone to saying something that corny in our comment section. And I just don't want that.
Right.
I just don't want it. Can you just go find somewhere else to play? Please and thank you. I don't want to deal with it. Because then when I pack you up, you're going to get mad. Like, just go away. Okay, I'm giving you an opportunity. Yeah. Okay, all of these new wrestlers are using too much spray tan or whatever the case may be. Everybody could see it. All right. Ha, 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 ha. Like, maybe because it's the era I grew up in, I thought spray tan jokes and tan jokes were old in like the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I thought those jokes stopped being funny in like the mid 2000s. So the fact that they're still going is kind of like, wow. Like, I suppose to somebody born after 9/11, it's not, you know, old to them. But like, to me, it's extremely old. So I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they like, dude, they were making tan jokes on like 90 sitcoms. Like, it's not funny. Yeah, Adrian Carpenter, don't get me started, dude. I could go on a whole rant about that. Corny racism, that corny, subtle racism is the worst type of, I'm going to put air quotes on this, humor that you could ever be around. That is the worst. Next to British humor, that is the worst type of humor you can fucking be around. Oh my God. Though, like that Reddit 4chan humor. Oh my God. That, I know my favorite Pokemon is Niglet. That's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. And it's not even offensive to black people. You know why? Because y'all come up with all these tropes and all these things and we let it roll off us because we got bigger shit to worry about. It's not funny. It doesn't hurt our feelings. It doesn't offend us. You know why? Because a lot of y'all will not say this shit to our face. And if you do say it to our face, it got to be 6 people behind you and the police around the corner. So just stop saying it. God damn. Lord. God, at least if you're going to make a race joke, let it be funny. Damon Wayans was asked, why did you always wear sunglasses when you were behind the scenes of Saturday Night Live? He said it because it was too white and bright in there. That's funny.
And accurate.
Yes, that's what made it funny. Like, dude, those jokes, that Reddit 4chan humor is just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And all racist white people, all them damn George Floyd jokes, let it go. Y'all got like this weird obsession with him for some reason. We never made him a martyr. We never did. We were just dealing with the injustice of what happened to him. That's what we were worried about. We didn't make him a martyr. We didn't say he was a perfect human being. We didn't say he was Jesus Christ. So can y'all stop that bullshit too? And if you're watching the stream and what I'm saying is offending you, also, you can leave. That is another you can leave moment. Good God. See, Adrian Carpenter, I told you I could go on a rant about that. Like that Reddit 4chan humor, that goddamn white suburban neighborhood sitting up in their room humor is the worst. That shit is not good. All right, guys, it's time for me to hold one special accountable. I think I just held a few accountable. But this is in reference. This is why I was saying I was going to hold off a little bit. This is in reference to Dakota Kai and all of the lies that have been spread about her. And it was brought up how she's been benched. Mm-hmm. That's not wrong. Dakota Kai came out and basically said, I'm not hurt. I'm fine. I could go at any moment. And Dave Meltzer said, Dave Meltzer basically took a shot at Nick Khan. He basically was like, I was just told that a certain company doesn't bench people.
Yeah.
Right? To which screen name Shiggy74.
Oh, Jesus.
Shiggy74. Oh, this one's a doozy for all the wrong reasons. I need y'all to brace yourselves for this one. This idiotic mofo said there's a difference between benching people and not having anything creatively for them.
Oh my God, no, there's not.
Dumbass. What? What? Y'all should have known I was doing this one. What? Y'all, I was sitting in my living room. I audibly went, what the fuck did this asshole just say? There's literally no difference. Wasn't I just saying on the last stream, the lengths that WWE drones will go to defend the company knows no bounds? Mm-hmm. Wasn't I just saying this?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're just abandoning all logic and reasoning to defend this company. What's the difference? And guys, this is a bonus. I think I saw in the same thread he was trying to say something like, oh, well, you know, hold on, let me find it. I could do you one better, and I could just find it. He was trying to justify it. Yes, that, guys, I want to make sure I put that out there first and foremost. Yes, he was trying to justify it.
You
Go ahead, talk
you
to the
can't
people.
justify stupidity, because that's what this is. Stupidity. Obviously, we know she's benched. There's a lot of wrestlers right now that are benched that are not even coming to our minds right now on both shows, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, hell, probably even NXT for all we know. No matter how many hours of television they throw at us, there are people that are not being used every week. Period. When you have such a big roster, that's going to happen. But to say it like that, it's just stupid. But that's his fan base. Defending stupidity since 1980.
That does not make any sense. Like, I'm working on finding it, guys. But like, when you say stuff like that on the internet and you expect to not have to back it up, you just drop off stupidity and you're just like, I'm not going to have to answer for this. That alone tells me you're a WWE drone.
Yep.
That alone. When you just drop off something dumb, like a really dumb take on wrestling, and you just think you don't have to defend it, that is the quickest way to identify yourself as a drone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, outside of the other obvious signs, but like, drones do not believe in accountability. Guys, and this is another one of those moments where if the stream went down for any reason right here, y'all know exactly why. I gotta find this, bro. Here we go. Damn, just as I said it, I found it. Hold on. Let me see. It's in here somewhere. I found the actual post that it was under. Hold on, let me find this motherfucker real quick. Hold on. Because we not doing this. See what we got. Boy, a whole bunch of people have commented on this since. Matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to our page and I'm going to find that reply. Hold on. Hey, Werner, it's this beautiful thing called dead air. Let's not have any of it.
I know.
Okay, then open your mouth and talk. Cameras on. We're live.
My mouth is open.
We're live, sir.
I understand we're live.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then you would talk. Go ahead.
You know, I'd like to form a thought first. But this, I mean, getting to...
No. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, now you want the smoke, let's get the smoke. That's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. Live on camera. Sir, multiple opportunities to speak on every show. Multiple opportunities to formulate a thought on every show. And you don't say shit.
No, I'm not trying to just say shit. I'm trying to formulate a thought and not trying to say the same damn thing over again.
Okay, give it a go. I'm not going to say nothing. Watch this. Give it a go.
I don't know what to say because I was just going to repeat myself, and I don't want to repeat myself. That's the stupid thing. That's not something we should be doing, period. The fact of the matter is with this, it needs to go away, and WWE will never make it go away because it's out on the internet, and you're going to have drones defending this. I don't know what to say after this. Drones will defend this shit until the end of time, and there's nothing that anyone or any entity can do to stop it. No matter how much we shed a light on this shit, it's still going to keep coming in droves. It's fucking ridiculous that we have to point out little shit like this. That they are benching people because, well, they don't know what to fucking do. I mean, it's just stupid. Fucking stupid.
Boom. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, I found it. So, this Joshua person said, yes, there is a difference. Benching in a sporting term is when you're not good enough to play. Whereas in wrestling, if they don't have a creative direction for you, direction for you currently, then you wait until they have something. And one person replied, if you ride the bench, you're benched. It doesn't matter the reason. If you're not playing, you're on the bench. If you're not coming off of it, you've been benched. I tell y'all all the time, the easiest way to destroy drones is with common sense, facts, data, and statistics. That's all. That's all you need. You don't need to be equipped with 40 years of wrestling knowledge. You don't even need to be equipped with 20. All you got to do is hit them with common sense, logic, and they fold. And you know what they go straight into every time? Sign language. Well, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Yeah. Like, this is what I always tell y'all to do. I see a lot of y'all get into arguments with them all the time, and I'm like, what are y'all doing, bro?
A waste of fucking time. You're just going to be hitting your head in a wall over and over and over again.
This is a serious question. Do y'all do that for like the engagement? Is that like what y'all, do y'all like the attention that arguing with these drones bring? Like, that's a serious question. That's a serious question. See, because I'm not chronically online, so I wouldn't know. Is that what it is? Like, do you like the engagement you get from it? And you're like, oh, I'm going to keep this going so I can keep this engagement going. Because I really do not see a reason to argue with these people. I just don't. All you have to do is shut them down with common sense and logic. That's it. Data if necessary, statistics if necessary. That's it. And they fold. They go straight to name calling every single time. Or they call you a mark, or they call you an AEW, whatever fucking little ad hominem they want to use. Because they don't have an original thought. They all say the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're like programmed fucking Terminators. They're like T-1000s. So, like, I keep telling y'all, stop going back and forth with them. And stop lying to us and saying you don't go back and forth with them when we could see you going back and forth with them. Y'all act like the internet is not a public place. like Cat Williams said. Part. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. So that's a wild thing. Like these drones think that no one sees this shit. And then when people come after them, like, oh, and then they go to the insults, which is stupid. It's fucking stupid. But yet then again, they'll say their stupid little comments, and then one of you guys will go under it and think, I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna get him here. No, you're not.
You're not.
You're gonna hit your head against a fucking wall.
Do y'all know?
That's how that's their mental IQ is just this high, and they're just gonna keep going at that same pace. You think you're gonna outsmart them? No, because they're gonna keep going at that same pace, and you're just gonna get frustrated.
Let me explain what sign language is to you guys one more time. Shame, insults, guilt, and a need to be right. That last one is very important. Y'all are arguing with people that have a need to be right.
In a self-righteous way.
Meaning, you'll never win.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take you down to their level and beat you with experience. And then you're going to come on our show and be like, oh, you won't believe this debate I had with it. Yes, we will.
Mm-hmm.
We will, because we know how they are. Stop engaging with them. I get it. Oh, you get engagement from it. And oh, look at the attention people are giving you. But like, dude, it's not worth it. You can't cash that shit in at the bank, homie. Twitter don't pay enough for y'all to be arguing with these people. And I dare one of y'all to lie and tell me it does. I don't even respond to these people. I just block them. You know why? Because if I respond to them with some facts, data, statistics, but like, here's the thing. Some will just disappear after you hit them with the facts, but most of them, they don't. They keep going. My tips that I give y'all about defeating them with facts and logic and all that stuff, that's more so like with in-person interactions, not online. Watch how fast a drone shut down in person when you hit them with facts and logic. Watch how fast they shut down because they not behind a keyboard. Be sitting here acting like that shit pay $1,000 to argue with these people. Why do y'all do that? I don't understand why y'all do that. Say, you're right, they bait the shit out of you, but even with facts, they still have to find a way to turn it on you. Yeah, it's not worth it.
And even with the internet, like they have the internet with them so they can find their own little facts to bring up that aren't even true.
And it'll be the
They'll
most...
go to Google and try to find a narrative that'll fit them.
It'll be the most convoluted version of the truth you've ever seen in your life.
Right.
It will be the most convoluted version of the truth you have ever seen in your life. Then that's when they're going to go to this little thing called technicalities. Well, technically, and it's like, technically nothing. That's not what happened. And then when you say that, it's, oh, well, if you look right here, and then next thing you know, they hit you with the infamous internet nerd saying that we know so well. Well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And once you've gotten to the well, actually zone, there's no getting out. You are now in an argument.
And losing.
And if you don't reply, guess what? They're gonna run on their page and talk about how they owned you and how they got you to back down. That's why you don't even let them get to that point. Good Lord. And somebody might say, hey, man, you tell us to attack these drones and go after them, and then you tell us not to engage. Which one is it? I just gave y'all clear instructions. In person, check these motherfuckers every time. Every time. Because when they not behind a keyboard, that bravery goes away. But on the internet, I'm going to say exercise which debates and battles you decide to go into. If you could see it's bad faith off the rip, back out. Back out. Because again, once you get into the well actually zone, you're done. You lost. You lost. You lost. Because now they're going to hit you with a whole bunch of ad hominems and fucking convoluted truth and try to pass it off as being real. And all the other drones are going to agree with them, and now you look like you're in the wrong. How do I know this? Bubba has made a whole living off of this that shit with podcasting. He's made a whole living off of that shit. Throw a stone and hide his damn hand. Choose your battles wisely, please. And damn, at least if you're going to debate with somebody with some clout. Fuck. Y'all be debating people with 3 followers. Like, what?
And a drone identifier.
That's the part that blows my mind. I'll go click on the page of some of these people y'all be arguing with, and I'll be seeing 12 followers. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I had to get that to y'all real quick, man, because I'm getting sick of seeing y'all arguing with these nothing burgers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guys, I have a what we not gonna do again. I don't think I'm gonna have one for Friday. I'm just gonna be honest, and the reason why is because I want this segment to breathe a little bit. I want every what we not gonna do to be something that sits on your mind for the week. So I don't know. I might limit these to once a week. We'll see what happens. Unless it's something that damn crazy that I just gotta hit it with a what we not gonna do. But what we not gonna do? We not gonna offer timeshare packages for the damn WWE ID program. Gabe Sapolsky, bring that ass here, man. Pause if necessary.
Pause.
This what we not gonna do, dog. This is what we not gonna do, dog. Wrestling seminar and scouting tryout with special guest Gabe Sapolsky. $99 at 2 different wrestling academies. Remember when I said on the WWE ID stream, Werner, that the WWE ID program is like the timeshare program of professional wrestling?
Yep.
Remember when I said that?
Yep.
And there was a couple people in the stream that were going, oh, no, we don't know what it's going to be yet.
Here we are.
Werner, those were my exact words.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay to be looked at, to be put in not even a developmental program. You're going to pay to be scouted, Let me say that again. This is why I only want to do what we're not going to do once a week, because I need this to sink in. You're going to pay to be scouted, to maybe be in WWE's developmental. Man, what kind of shit is that? What kind of horse shit is that? Are you...
I mean, not only are you going to get scouted to be in development, the lowest form.
No, scouted to be scouted.
Oh, scouted to be.
You're going to be scouted to be. You're going to pay to be scouted by Gabe Sapolsky to potentially be scouted by WWE by signing to the ID program.
That makes no fucking sense.
That's why I said it's a timeshare.
Oh,
it's dude, and I got told I was wrong.
This is.
Dude, that ID stream was prophecy, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is aging out as some of the best work we have ever done on this channel. That one stream is aging out to be the best work we've ever done on this channel. We have predicted every phase of the ID program to a T, including the indie takeover. We've predicted every phase. So now you gonna timeshare these motherfuckers? Werner, they're doing the phases. The only difference between what we say on that stream and what's happening is they're doing it in like reverse order of how we said they were gonna do it. Because we said that they were gonna go into the wrestling schools first, remember?
Right, yeah.
They're doing everything we said, but in reverse.
That'll teach them.
I didn't think they were going to do the indie takeover thing first. I did not think they were going to do that first. I thought that was going to be like a year into the program. But now you got Gabe Sapolsky going into wrestling schools, making people pay to be scouted by him, to be scouted to go into the WWE ID program, to be scouted by WWE in hopes of getting to developmental.
Here's my question. Where does that $99 go?
Oh my God. Look, I'm pretty sure 70% Sapolsky, 30% to the school. I'm sure the splits even look crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, dude, how do people look at what this company is doing and not think it's predatory? How?
It's almost like you need a sporting commission to be watching over them.
Oh my God, bro. At one point, people thought AAU ball was predatory.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days. It was like towards the late 2000s, where people, like around the time where Derrick Rose was, in there, and like 07.
Yeah.
06, 07, like when he was playing AAU ball, that was when people were saying it was predatory, and these sponsors like Nike and all that are trying to make predatory deals with these kids. And like, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was like a big thing. It was like a really big thing, especially in Chicago, because we have a lot of ballers that come out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
How do people look at the WWE ID program and not think of it in the same light?
That's a great question, because you have a fan base that glazes over anything bad that they do.
Oh my God, dude. When
I mean, that's the problem, right? Everything goes back to how bad this fan base treats the WWE, or great if you want to look at that way. But it all goes back to this fan base that'll glaze over anything and say, "Oh man, this is awesome."
No, and Matthew Shelton, normally you on the ball, bro, but you wrong on that. 100% cannot go to Gabe. Otherwise, they would not be able to facilitate the setup.
Right.
No. They probably pay an appearance fee, and they do the split. And a lot of these wrestling schools are not going to break even on that. So it's predatory for the schools, too, which is also something we called on that ID stream. Because how many wrestlers do you think are actually going to sign up for that?
How many wrestlers do you think can afford that right now?
Like, oh, God damn it. Guys, and Werner brought up a valid point. I'm gonna address this real quick, and then we got to move on. We got to get into Dynamite. Werner brought up a great point just now. Guys, I'm not going to air out their names because I'm not like that. I'm not petty. I'm not a chatty patty. There's wrestlers that are like high tier independent wrestlers right now that have to carpool to get to shows. If that helps you put in perspective how broke these indie wrestlers are, there you go. That should give you a good visual. There's high tier independent wrestlers, like independent wrestlers that have there's some wrestlers in the ID program right now that are carpooling. Jumping in a car with 4 other wrestlers. Right now. Again, I'm not going to put their names out there, but they know who they are. So do you honestly think these wrestling schools are going to break even on paying Gabe Sapolsky to come there? And I'm sure the split is in Gabe Sapolsky's favor too.
Right.
You think these wrestling schools going to break even on working with the ID program? No.
No.
Said, and when they don't make it, they're lost without a dream and completely broke. See, that's the part of it that I try not to get into because I try not to be doom and gloom. But like, you're right.
And here's another thing. Let's say here I am a wrestler, right? Say I pay the $99. You're my training partner for the match for Gabe Sapolsky, right? Let's say Gabe likes you more than me and offers you versus me. Yet I paid the $99. So did you just get a free tryout with WWE?
You sure did.
See, then that's bullshit. How is that fair to the wrestler?
It's not like this ID program is not good for anyone or anything. But to timeshare it, and have it where you're paying to be potentially scouted is diabolical fucking work. Because that's what it is. See, Gabe Sapolsky won't say that. And remember, Warren, I didn't have this conversation with you. I think I had it with Matthew Shelton. I think I did. I'm not sure. But I had this conversation off camera where I said, those Gabe Sapolsky spaces, something about that seems real fishy to me. This is before the ID program got announced.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, something about that seems real fishy to me. It seems very groomish to me. And Matthew Shelton, if that was you, you can confirm. I said that to you. I said something about that seems really odd. I don't know why it's so odd to me, but it is. And then boom, 2 weeks later, ID program gets announced, and guess who's heading it up?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was a scouting mission. I knew it was. Adrian Carpenter came through with the 5 Schmackaroo Super Chat, said WWE is preying on these wrestlers. If WWE wanted you, they would just sign you. ID is just here to freeze out AEW from top indie talent. Facts.
You know what this is? This is a response to them getting Nick Wayne and Billy Starks.
And I'm sorry.
That's all this is.
I'd rather have the slow development that Billy is getting and the slow development that Nick is getting, because we've seen the AEW development pay off. Like, look at what Kyle Fletcher is doing right now.
Oh boy.
We've seen the process pay off for those wrestlers who are actually bold enough to stick around and see the results. We've seen the results. But a lot of these wrestlers don't even stick around long enough to see their results play out. Oh my God. Yeah, I think that's why I brought it up in the first place, Matthew Shaw. Yeah, because I remember bringing it up to you because I saw you in those rooms, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in there? I don't know. Something about it just felt weird to me. And it'd be hundreds of indie wrestlers in there. Hundreds. It was just something so strange about it. You know, all right. Oh, okay. I could talk about this, but we talked about it enough on the ID stream. If y'all want to go watch that, please go watch that, because again, that stream was like prophecy. If someone,
it's just sad.
Go ahead.
Real quick. It's just sad that there is no one looking at WWE for their predatory practices and hanging them on a wall and going after them legally or financially through the FCC.
But Werner, just like with everything else they try to do outside of their core products, it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. It's inevitably gonna fail.
You're right. No, I know it's gonna fail. It's only a matter of time.
And
but
I think
it's frustrating right now.
I think they accelerated the process by being as intrusive as they were this WrestleMania. I think they accelerated that process of it failing.
And here's another question. Are we going to see this same failure at SummerSlam? Are they going to bring out all these indies for SummerSlam week?
Warner,
which would be a first, by the way.
It's going to be in the New York, New Jersey. You know GCW is going to bow down.
Oh, yeah, you know.
You know they're going to bow down. You know that.
Well, they have no choice to.
Yeah, they're going to bow down. It's not like, to me, it's not even a question in my mind. And it's a shame because they got some good people over there that could be doing some dope shit elsewhere that work behind the scenes, but instead they're just being loyal to Brett. And I've seen this with my own eyes. It's a damn shame. Like Emil's a good person. Shouts out to him. He's a good person over there. And dude, he could be a mind for another promotion anywhere else but GCW. But he loves that promotion. And here's Brett just selling it to the highest bidder, which is WWE.
All for a picture with Stephanie.
It's a shame, dude. It's a fucking shame. Thank you for linking the ID stream. Yeah, y'all should go watch that stream, man. Straight up. But it is time for us to light the fuse. Bring the boom. Dynamite. Dynamite, if you shall. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the show opens right into entrances for our opening match, not talent arriving at the arena.
Thank God.
We got Kenneth Omega the third, Kevin Knight, Mark Briscoe, and Speedball Mike Bailey going against Richard O'Shea and the Elite, consisting of Okada and the Young Bucks. Guys, this match felt like a pay-per-view match. It was the biggest cheat code that you can offer. Everybody performed to their maximum capabilities. I think Okada he's probably stopped just short of max capabilities, but even then he still performed at what I would perceive a max level. Okay. Everything hit on all cylinders. Kevin Knight is starting to look like a star more and more as the weeks go by. Before you know it, he's going to be at that same level Kyle Fletcher is currently at. Before you know it. Kenny Omega looks healthy, which that makes me so happy to say. The Young Bucks, since they've been back, haven't really been phoning it in, which makes me happy to say. You know, Okada looks like he has a little bit of spring in his step since he's been back. I think Okada's excited about All In.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just been working his ass off. Everybody performed really well in this matchup. Everybody got their shit in. Mark Briscoe continues to go on this streak of just shining in matches. What can you complain about? This was phenomenal wrestling action, but Richard O'Shea and the Elite win by pinfall with a Rainmaker from Okada on Mark Briscoe. What was there to complain about?
Not a goddamn thing.
Like, the worst nitpick you could give is Kevin Knight missed the double kick spot with Speedball. And that's a small fucking nitpick. If you're nitpicking that, go to hell. They're not a tag team. They haven't been a tag team.
Right. This was great. This was phenomenal. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. And when you get to the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, these they can be horrible. But this is the best 8-man tag I've seen maybe ever. I mean, this was done very well. A lot of shouts out to PWG in 2015 in this match. I thought it was great. The showdown between Omega and Okada right at the beginning, great. The fact that they're still teasing that is phenomenal for All In, hopefully. And we keep going on. The Bucks, I don't know if they just decided to say, hey, fuck it, we're just gonna, turn it on now for good. And Ricochet is still showing he's still Ricochet. I really want to see this feud kick up with him and Kevin Knight. I'd like to see some promo action from Kevin Knight to see where he's at in that process of his development. But other than that, this was perfect.
Kevin Knight had a moment in this match where he showed off his athleticism, and I said, I hope Tony Khan was watching that very closely. He jumped up for a drop kick that he had to jump so high that if he would have jumped any higher, he would have ended up jumping over the ropes his goddamn self. That spot where he kicked him to the outside and he fell into the, I think he fell into the Young Buck. That was insane. I don't think y'all know how hard that is. I think I saw somebody say, I don't know if that was in here or if that was on Twitter. Somebody said, watching Kevin Knight wrestle is like what they imagine Peter Parker would wrestle if he wrestled. Like, that's what he is a insane athlete.
Yeah.
He's one of the best athletes I've seen in the ring. And I've seen a lot of great athletes in the ring.
Didn't he do in this match a jumping
standing frog splash?
The standing frog splash, but he ran to the corner, jumped over the corner, and landed on the Young Buck. Yeah. Wasn't that a senton?
I think so, yeah.
Who does that? Ricochet doesn't do that.
The only person I could think of with the same athletic gifts as him is Montez Ford.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe Will, but that's kind of pushing it.
And that's because Will slowed down. Like, Will could probably still do it if he wanted to, but, like, obviously he slowed down to preserve his career. But, like, what Kevin Knight is doing, Tony, I really hope you are taking note. I really hope you are taking note. Don't waste him like how WWE is wasting Montez Ford. Oh, Montez Ford is a tag team champion right now. How is he being wasted? Because he should be a single star.
He should have been a single star for the last 5 years.
Like, I hate saying it like this because I think Angelo Dawkins can wrestle, but in comparison to Montez Ford, dude, he's dead weight. So, Tony, I really hope you are peeping the skills and you are going, how can I nurture him into being a solo star? Not how can I put him in a tag team with somebody? How can I foster him becoming a solo star? And I gave Mark Briscoe his kudos. So everybody say I already gave him his kudos. already said he's been on a streak of fucking matches that like have been insane.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a match below a 3 in I don't know how long.
I would say in the last calendar year.
Yeah, minimum.
He's been killing it, bro.
Yeah. Maybe he deserves another shot at the Ring of Honor title.
See, what represents greediness and hoarding in WWE represents prosperity and surplus in AEW. It is a difference between the two. Because I've been seeing a lot of people trying to all lives matter, the whole overcrowded roster thing, and go, AEW has an overcrowded roster too. No, it's a difference. AEW has a surplus. It's a difference between a surplus and a hoard. What WWE is doing is hoarding. Tony Khan has been doing a great job this year of showcasing his surplus. And all I'm going to say is this. Guess what? If you don't watch Collision, just say you don't watch Collision. Because he's been showcasing a lot of his talent. And I think the closer we get to Grand Slam Mexico, he's really going to showcase a lot of his talent.
Kind of wish that show would be 4 hours.
Dude, I think after, this is my early prediction, dude, I think after Double or Nothing, the product goes into maximum fucking overdrive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because after Double or Nothing, it is all in. So you're going to have to go to balls to the wall.
I think the AEW product goes absolutely ape shit after Double or Nothing. I think that is going to be the best we have ever seen Tony Khan book. Because he's going to want to make a statement. For all of those people to say, oh, well, yeah, of course he can sell out in the UK when he goes there once a year. I think he's going to want to make that statement of, oh, I could put 35,000 motherfuckers in here for a show in the United States. Watch this. Watch this. They already at like 15, 16 now, ain't they?
Yep.
I think at the lowest they had 14, like 14.5 or some shit.
I'm double checking.
And that's with no matches announced. Said 30K by Bell. If he books properly, he could get past that. If he books it properly, he could go past that.
Tickets distributed as of right now is 14,087. Current setup is at 18,758.
See, that's why I was saying I knew at the lowest it was 14.
Yeah. Well, tickets available is 4,671. And that's just for the first allotment.
So that's why I just said a second ago, 30K by Bell, he could exceed that if he does it properly, he can exceed that. And all of this build up, no, I'm gonna save that. I ain't gonna give y'all everything at once. All right, I'm in the mood where we gonna make some trades. I'm gonna do this next segment. Then Warner, you gonna do the next match. The Hurt Syndicate run into some folks singing "We Heard People" backstage. That was a little weird. MVP asked if they know what's better than saying it, and of course the answer is doing it. All three of them lay out those guys backstage, and then MVP brings up the elephant in the room, and Sheldon tries to talk Bob into letting Mjif in based on MVIP's business acumen and the fact that he's funny. MVIP says he's useful, and if he screws them over, they'll hurt him like he's never been hurt before. And lastly, gives whatever. All right, we're going to talk about the next match, sir.
All righty, up next we have the AEW Trios Champions, the Ops, taking on Miles Hawkins, Rhett Titus, and Nick Kumquat.
Yes, Nick Suffocated Kumquat was in the building.
Yes, has returned. And the Ops win with a brutal spine buster from Powerhouse Hobbs. I thought it was a decent match. It moves the story forward. They mentioned the Death Riders. sprinted in the post match, briefly attacked as Joe sank in the coquina clutch on the ramp. As Joe's attention turned to Claudio to set up a chair in the ring and delivered a neutralizer on Shibata. I mean, this was pretty good.
We forgetting something?
Am I missing something? Joe said Moxley comes out and acts like a boss, but then throws hands, acts like he's a little bitch. Moxley begged Joe weeks ago, but all he's trying to do is give Moxley what he wants. Joe said, let's give the people what they want. Let's fight for the AEW title. Let's do it in a steel cage. That's the part I forgot. Samoa Joe, and he will be for your next AEW World Champion.
That match is going to be a war. And Tony Khan, if you are exercising proper, booking methods, you'll give that match about 20 minutes. I would even say 25.
Yeah, see, I was thinking 25.
You are doing an excellent job staying the course with Jon Moxley. Fuck what all these weirdos who don't even watch your product consistently have to say about it. The way you have booked this Jon Moxley heel champion run has been great. If he beats Samoa Joe, I think it's more of a win, but if he beats Samoa Joe in a war inside of that steel cage, going into Double or Nothing, and then after that going into All In, guess what, bro? Jon Moxley is the biggest heel in the business. I already feel he's the biggest heel in the business right now. But he is, without a doubt, unequivocally the biggest heel in the business going into All In Texas. I stand on what I said when I said whoever pulls that championship out of that briefcase, that is going to be a huge fucking moment. So for all the people that called this Death Riders angle everything but a child of God, don't praise it when that moment happens. Keep that same energy. I've been saying that since the year started. Keep that same energy. If you were shitting on the Death Rider storyline, keep that same energy.
I mean, just imagine when that briefcase gets open in front of, hypothetically, 30,000 people at All In. Because that's how big that moment's going to be. Point blank. Doesn't matter who it is. That moment will be the biggest moment in AEW history. Period.
So that's where I stand on that. Tony Khan, stay the course. Stay the course. Fuck with these people, these bad faith grifters, these bad faith WWE drones at Fed Walk. Fuck what they got to say about it. Stay the course. That's all I got.
I mean, if I could make one critique about the Death Riders, and Daryl, you might agree with me on this. I wish Marina got matches out of this and was more integral in like having the women's division more integral into this feud, with Marina being the biggest heel for the women's division as well.
Now that we've gotten this far into the storyline, I'm starting to think that wasn't the purpose this was supposed to serve.
Okay.
I'm starting to think that Tony's end game was, I'm going to make the biggest heel in the business.
Okay.
Marina's going to be a heater. Wheeler Yuta's going to be a heater. Pac is going to be a heater. They're going to get their little, opportunities and stuff. But I think Tony Khan's end game was, I'm going to build the biggest heel in the business. Like a heel that hasn't been seen in the business in a long time.
Right.
And I still think, and I saw somebody put Willow, I still think Willow gets her moment. I still think Willow gets her moment. I haven't given up on the Willow train. Willow has the potential to be the biggest baby face in women's wrestling, all of women's wrestling. Let me put that very clearly. All of women's wrestling. All companies. That's how much potential I think Willow has. But I don't think Tony Khan's quite ready to pull the trigger on that just yet. But Willow's time is going to come. Don't worry. I have no doubt about that. Willow's time is going to come. You want to know how I know? Tony has made it a point to at least give her 2 feuds a year to where she could sink her teeth into them. So, no, I don't think he's giving up on Willow. I see a lot of people concerned that Willow's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because, man, yeah, you are not the first person to be like, well, what about Willow? And I'm like, dude, Willow is going to be the biggest baby face in all of women's wrestling someday.
Mm-hmm.
Just be patient. Wait that out. And it's a whole different thing from when you say that about AEW versus when you say that about WWE.
Yeah.
Wait it out.
Because you will be rewarded when you wait.
We know where that don't happen. Okay. We'll cover the next segment as well. Renee Salmon Croquette.
Sits down with Mercedes Moné and as mentions how a year ago she said she was on a mission, and a year later she's a global champion. Renee brings up the Owen Hart Foundation finals at Double or Nothing against Jamie Hayter. Monet said she could go on about the legacy of the Harts and Owen, but this is about her legacy. She won her title a year ago at Double or Nothing. What makes you think this year won't be any different? Renee mentions Monet possibly underestimating Hayter, who is a bigger and stronger. Monet said that she's been undefeated since arriving in AEW a year ago and has beaten the best all over the globe. She's 4 belts Monet and runs on her time. Every time she steps into the ring, she makes history, but puts over Hayter for being a scrappy tough, but insults her Scooby-Doo style as champion and can't look like a cartoon.
So first and foremost, whatever cameras and whatever lighting they decided to use for this, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. The presentation and overall production of this promo was perfect. Second of all, Mercedes is not getting credit for her promos. I'm going to be the one to say it. That might be a fucking unpopular opinion. I'll be the one to say it. She set the table for their match perfectly. She wasn't a catchphrase merchant. She's basically like, look, I respect Jamie Hayter as an opponent, but what I'm doing is the greatest work out there right now. She set you see what happens when heel and face dynamics work the way they're supposed to? She set the table for that matchup so well. This looked good. This came off well. And also, Tony Khan is doing something y'all didn't even notice. He's hiding one of Jamie Hayter's biggest deficiencies. Jamie Hayter is not the best promo. She could cut a decent promo, but she's not the best promo. And neither is Mercedes, to be fair. But the content that was given to Mercedes for this promo was perfect. It wasn't too much. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't WWE-esque. It hit all the points it needed to hit. That's all you can ask for out of a promo.
It was focused.
Y'all are so.
I think that's a big takeaway.
Y'all are so used to WWE having a person run out there for 30 minutes with a microphone talking about a whole bunch of goddamn nothing. Y'all ain't used to that. Y'all ain't used to promos actually getting to the point. And that's what happened here. So shouts out to whoever handed her that script. Go ahead, Werner.
No, and just to add to that is they're focused. These promos have been focused. Not, especially with Mercedes. They have been focused, concise, and to the point. It's not this rambling nonsense like you get over in Connecticut. It is right there. To the point, in and out. We get the point and we move on.
Yeah, and Renee, oh man, dude, Renee has been got her flowers from us.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be asking us to do stuff we've already done, and y'all wonder why I repeat stuff on this show. That's why I repeat stuff on this show. Because, like, y'all be saying stuff that we've already said. Like, we've already given Renee her flowers. Renee is in her pocket. That's an entertainment phrase for those who don't know. Renee is in her pocket. Meaning everything she's doing is in her lane, in her zone, and it is working to perfection. So I'm pretty sure, especially if you're black, you've heard this saying in your life, no news is good news. What do we have to say about Renee?
Right.
If we're not saying anything about Renee, you should take that as a compliment in itself.
Exactly. And who knows, like when it's all said and done, like when she hangs it up and everything, who's to say she's not better than Mean Gene?
Dude, people were saying that when she was in WWE and I didn't see it. Not until she went to AEW did I see it. Because, like, it's a comfort factor there.
Right.
It's like you could tell she loves doing what she does. Like what WWE made her hate, AEW made her love again. Which is really why I want Samantha to pull up. Because I think she could do good business in AEW. But yeah, man, Renee has been got her flowers from us. We've been giving Renee her flowers. She is in her pocket, and I don't see her coming out of her pocket anytime soon. No, Tony, that was one of those very under-the-radar acquisitions that should never be overlooked throughout the course of AEW's history. Respectfully, of course. All right. Patriarchy interview backstage, and Jay Lethal interrupts. Christian Cage asks if he can help, but Jay says he's here to talk to the champ. And he says Nick Wayne has a lot to learn and prove, and he wants a match tonight. Nick Wayne says he doesn't know. He's not warmed up, but Cage steps in and accepts on his behalf and tells him to get his damn head in the game. Next up, we got Miyu Yamashita going against Tony Booty.
I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch.
In a surprisingly, when Miyu's involved, I'm not surprised when it's hard hitting. But guys, we literally got Miyu kicking Tony's ass. Literally.
This is the one. This is the one that Tony really needs to sign.
Yeah, because a lot of those Joshis, they becoming free agents.
This is the one. This is the one.
Go scoop about 3 or 4 of them up, dude. You need them for your division, Tony. You need those type of women for your division. You need some hard hitters. You need some women that when you want to do a litmus test of a little pretty chick you just signed, you could toss her in there with Miyu and see what she's made of. You need that. And I thought Miyu put Tony to work in this fucking match.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Miyu, friend of the show again. She follows us. I talked to her backstage at GCW. Miyu's amazing. And I was glad to see her get this opportunity. And I love the video package they gave her before this match. I loved that so much. That's how you hit the nail on the fucking head. That's how you do it. So Tony, I would definitely break out the checkbook for her, get her signed for about 3-4 years, and just have her be one of your top Joshis in your division. That's all you could do, bro. But this match was a solid, hard-hitting match. It wasn't too long, but it didn't need to be. Tony Booty ended up winning by pinfall with a hip attack in Storm Zero. I thought this was a good match.
Phenomenal match.
I'm going to give this one a mini cheat code. You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving it a mini cheat code. Straight up. I thought this was dope. So, yeah, good on to both of these ladies. And after the match, Mercedes came to the stage and gets on the mic. She says once she's won the Owen, she's coming for the AEW Women's World Championship. Then Jamie Hayter comes to the stage and lays her out with a right hand. She cues up Haterade, but Mercedes Moné slips out and runs away. I love the visual of one of her belts still being on the ground. That was hilarious.
That was funny.
I don't think that was intentional, obviously, but that was some funny ass shit. So, yeah, no, and Taz going, oh, she lost one of her 25 belts. When it's clearly 4. That shit was funny as hell. But no, they're building this so well, dude. This women's Owen, they have done such a great job with it. And if you missed out on the women's Owen this year, you missed out.
Yeah. We loved last year's too with Willow and Mariah May.
Yeah. They did such a great job. They did such a great job with this. But give your thoughts on the match and the post-match segment.
No, I thought this was a great match. I thought Miyu really killed it. I really, really, really want her in AEW so bad. This would be such a perfect signing. She should be the next Joshi Women's World Champion in AEW. Period.
Like, I think Tony's a little, I don't want to say scarred, but I think he's a little bit hesitant after that first crop of Joshi's not working out. Like, they weren't bad, but they just didn't work out.
Right.
So I think he's kind of hesitant. But, dude, you got Mina coming in. Go ahead and get Miyu. Go ahead and get a couple of those, those Stardom girls that'll leave it. Just, if you can get Tam to not retire and come over for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be magnificent.
Tam and Mercedes would be a fun watch.
If you could talk her out of retiring for just 2 years. Oh. I would try to, like I said, grab at least three, maybe even 4 of them. Because you got Mina signed already.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Miyu shows she could fucking hang.
Yep.
Try and see if you could get Tam. Just do your homework, Tony. That's all I can say. We see what we got. Okay, cool. But to touch on the post-match angle, because I don't think I did. A lot of people are torn on it, like, oh, I can see Mercedes win, I can see Jamie winning. We've already broken this down as to why Jamie is the right answer. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. But that loss would not hurt Mercedes. I'm going to repeat that again. That loss would not hurt Mercedes.
Not only that, if you wanted to, you could do a fuck finish. You could have Athena show up and just watch the match, towards the end and distract her and then a roll up. Not that hard. That doesn't make anyone look weak. And you can move on. Jamie goes on and takes on Tony with all the story that they have. And then we get Mercedes and Athena too. At All In.
Not only that. Mercedes can withstand a character loss because I think it would endear the crowd towards her more. And Mo said something that I just absolutely disagree with. And we rarely disagree, but you said something I absolutely disagree with. Said Jamie needs it more to build her back up. No, it's not that she needs it just to build her back up. It's just, if you don't give people defined wins, it's not even just about building them up. What can you say about that wrestler? Does that make sense? Mercedes has defined wins. Chris Statlander has defined wins. Willow has defined wins. Jamie Hayter does not have a lot of defined wins. I think she maybe has 2 or 3.
Right.
So she has to catch up in the defined win category first. That's why I think she needs it more. Because there's women that came into the company way after her that got more defined wins than her. Why does obviously injury, but why does she not have any, why does she not have enough defined wins? Career defining wins. That's confusing to me. Because she's been there a long time. So outside of that, no, I agree with everything else you said. Said Mercedes has the titles, doesn't hurt her. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, no, it's not even just like to build her back up. She has to catch up to a lot of women when it comes to career-defining wins. Toni has a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, god damn, even Mariah May has a few.
Anna has one.
Yeah, she needs signature career-defining wins bad. Like really bad. So outside of that, no, because I don't think she needs building up per se because she's been a world champion in AEW. So I don't think she needs building up. I just think she needs those big wins. Yeah, Harley has one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Harley does have one.
Yeah, no, yeah. See, I would have described it as building her up if she never won a world title. Like if she never won a title in AEW, I would use the wording build her up. That's when I would use it. But like, no, she's been to the mountaintop in AEW. It's just she doesn't have a lot of career defining wins. Let me see what we got. Okay, cool. Let's keep it rolling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Don Callis family cut a promo. Warner, go ahead and take it.
Oh, the Don Callis family were backstage. Says he likes making history, which is what Takeshita and Josh Alexander did last week when they put down Will Ospreay and Brody King. Callis said that they will make history again tonight, as Fletcher will do the same thing to Hangman Adam Page before Fletcher moves on to Double or Nothing and finally ends Ospreay once and for all. Fletcher said when he beats Page tonight and Ospreay is in the finals, he'll go on to win the AEW World title, and everyone will be forced to say his name. Callis then allow him to scream the protostar Kyle Fletcher.
So this was a very late 80s style promo.
Yes, it was.
I think I said this a few weeks back, but I'm going to say it again, and I don't care who it pisses off. How the fuck can you look at what Don Callis is doing and look at what Paul Heyman is doing and think what Paul Heyman is doing is better?
I'm Paul Heyman, and I'm a parrot.
Like, even sometimes when Don Callis cuts these really hokey promos like he did tonight, it still feels like the intention is to get the wrestler over, not himself. Like what Don Callis is doing is not going to be appreciated until he retires. I think a lot of AEW fans are going to be like, man, can Don Callis come back? I really think a lot of people are not going to appreciate what Don Callis has been doing until he retires. Like, I'm going out on a limb and saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Paul Heyman retires, it's going to kind of be like a ride off into the sunset type of thing. Once he's gone, people are going to forget him within like a month. But I think when Don Callis goes, people are going to be like, man, I wish Don Callis would come back and manage this guy. Man, I wish Don Callis would come back and manage that guy. So this is why I always say you got to give people their flowers while they still doing it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has went out of his way to put heat on so many heels that he's built up. He is passing his heat to the wrestlers he's trying to build up. That's all you can ask for out of a manager. So salute to Don Callis. I've never given him flowers on camera. I'm doing it now. But you cannot compare what Don Callis is doing to what Paul Heyman is doing at all. You just can't. You know why? Because Paul Heyman has been doing the same shit for the past 10 years. Respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
The dude has a scar in the middle of his fucking head because he's committed so much to getting whoever he's working with over. Please stop comparing the two, because I've seen people comparing the two. Stop. I'm just tired of seeing it. All right. Let's keep it going, Werner.
All righty, we got the Hurt Syndicate again. Voting on MJF.
Back my mic.
Hurt Syndicate make their way to the top as MVP brings up the order to bring another member into the fold. They must have 3 thumbs up. MJF is invited to the ring. We get 2 more thumbs up from Benjamin and MVP. Getting a Bob chant from the crowd, asking if he had a good car ride. MVP immediately wants to go to the vote. We get the 2 thumbs up. MJF said he's about sick of Bob's shit after giving the thumbs down. Asks what he wants. MJF is giving him women, cars, helped him winning matches, and asked if all he wants is some Rogaine. To which Bob responded with grabbing him, putting him in the corner and saying, "We want you to hurt people. Show me you can hurt people." Simple as that. And MVP and Lashley and Benjamin went to the tunnel.
Okay. Tony, this is why everything with MJF always reaches that territory where it's like, dude, just fucking pay it off.
Yeah.
Just pay it off. For the love of God, pay it off. Why do all of MJF's storylines drag? Pay it off. It's only so many goddamn times I'm gonna watch Bobby Lashley give him the fucking thumbs down. Pay it off. If you're doing MJF, Bobby Lashley, a double or nothing, cool. Announce it.
Get it over with.
But pay it off. Please. Whatever the case. I don't care what the outcome is. Just pay it off. I'm so sick of MJF storylines taking up so much fucking memory. Lord.
And time. Dear Lord.
Like, dude, if MJF was a file, he'd be 1 terabyte. Lord. Dude, he would fucking lock your computer up immediately with how big his file size is. God damn, why does the product need to empty so much space for him to be around? Tony, you see who he works best with. Keep him in programs with people he works best with. He was catching steam when he was working with Hangman. Now, I know you're going to spend a block on it. But god damn, dude, his transitional feuds are unbearable.
They're god awful.
His transitional feuds are just the worst. And I was actually liking this at first. But dude, if they don't pay this off in like the next fucking 2-3 weeks, I'm done. Please announce MJF Bobby Lashley for Double or Nothing. Please. God damn, every time he's around, he takes up so much space and opportunity.
This just proves how much of a WWE person MJF is. This whole thing is just, it screams WWE.
And it's like, just when we start giving him credit for something, he goes into these programs where it just drags and drags and drags. Dude, it drags more than fucking RuPaul.
Right.
Lord.
But I think the problem is, and I hate defending this piece of shit, is MJF doesn't sink his teeth into these transitional feuds. He doesn't care about them, so he'll do minimal work to make them work.
Bro, he doesn't sink his teeth into them because he doesn't wrestle.
Well, that too. I still don't understand.
That too, motherfucker. That's the whole point. He has to wrestle.
Yeah, and every year I've been hearing, oh, he's gonna wrestle now that he's a world champion. Oh, he's gonna wrestle now because he's this. No, he still has the fucking Brock Lesnar schedule for no fucking reason.
Every transitional feud, the dude wrestles like what, once every 3 fucking months,
if that. But don't forget, then you have to jump through hoops to wrestle him.
And the moment MVP said, well, not MVP, Bobby Lashley said, oh, well, you got to hurt someone. I'm like, oh, they're going to do the thing where he's going to be stalking him backstage, waiting for the proper moment to attack. And he's going to be like, oh, I hurt you. Now what, Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just get to it. Everything MJF related definitely has that WWE vibe where it's just so predictable. It's just like, dude, just get to it. Just fucking get to it. Tony, this is one person you could have just let go, bro.
For the love of God.
This is one person that, dude, you could have just let him just go. I'm so tired of watching this dude only show up once a fucking month to cut the same promo, and then he'll wrestle the next month. And it's like, bro, what the fuck is going on here, man? Oh, he's a heel. That's the point. He's supposed to make you mad. No, it's not that type of mad where like, oh, he's a good heel. It's that type of mad where it's like, dude, what are you getting paid for? God damn. Every transitional MJF feud is garbage.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to be some people that disagree with that. Okay, cool. Congratulations. You own a Burberry scarf. You're so great. Like,
you can get for $12 on Amazon.
Good Lord. No, that's going to be Furberry. That ain't going to be Burberry, but nah, man. Like, dude, I'm like, man, it just, every time somebody stands MJF around me, I'm just like, but where's his game tape?
Can we just start saying overrated with this guy? Because that's what this is.
He's like that one person when the draft, let's keep the draft analogies going. When the draft rolls around, he don't do a damn pro day. He don't do the damn combine. He don't even do a damn weigh-in. He don't do nothing. He's just like, oh, I'll give you my medicals and I'll see you on draft day.
Yeah.
He don't want to do no interviews with no teams. He just like, why?
I'm the generational talent that'll save every team in the NFL, so just draft me number one.
And then he'll have that shocked ass look on his face when he doesn't go number one.
Right.
Good Lord. Okay. Nick Wayne made his entrance but got cut off by Christian Cage. Nick Wayne went against Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, but Nick Wayne won by pinfall with the Fisherman Buster, retaining the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. He has to put a little more snap on that. No one thought that was the finish. It was an okay match, but yeah, that nobody thought that was the finish. He didn't put enough snap on it. So he's a young guy, a lot to learn, but like, yeah, I noticed that the crowd was just kind of like, oh, it's over. Oh, yeah, you got to put a little more snap on that move, bro. Then post-match, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to just say post-match. Post-match, Christian Cage and the Patriarchy get in the ring, and Cage, after holding the title for himself, puts it around Nick's waist.
So I think this should be a feud for Nick over on Ring of Honor television. Give him his first real feud. I think Jay Lethal will work with him and get him, up to speed with this and get a little more snap on that Fisherman Buster. But just give him a feud that's for him. Not with the whole Christian Cage, Mother Wayne, Kip Sabian thing. Let's see what this kid can do. It's time. We've waited long enough. You gave him a title. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, for some reason, I think Tony Khan isn't ready to take the training wheels off with him. Like, it seemed like he was for a moment when he first got there. And then he put the training wheels on, and he's just real hesitant to take them off now.
Mm-hmm.
It's another wrestler he's doing that with that I don't think he should be doing that with, Billy Starks. Like, dude, take the training wheels off of her, bro. She's ready. You probably don't think she's ready, but dude, she's ready. Yeah, so once he takes the training wheels off of Nick Wayne, we'll see where he goes. That at that point is going to be all up to him. But either way, Tony, you got all these prospects. You have a surplus, as I described earlier. You're starting to book your surplus. But here's the thing. When you're booking your surplus, you have to be able to look at who's swimming and who's sinking. Okay? Meaning, people like Daniel Garcia has sunk to the bottom like the damn Titanic. Let him go. You tried. Let him go. That's the thing about having a surplus. You got to know when to let him go. If it ain't working, it's just not working. Like that with women, too. But, yeah. You got all these people that you book. You're finally booking them all. You're rotating them a little bit. Pause if necessary. Pause. Now you have to put on your scouting glasses and go, okay, I booked this person for 2 Dynamites and 3 Collisions, and they didn't get over on any of the events I booked them on. They didn't have a match that was above whatever grading scale you use for matches. They didn't have a match that was on this grading scale. I'm either going to demote them or let them go. It sounds cutthroat when I say it that way, but pro wrestling is a cutthroat business. And also, that's how you avoid all of these people getting disgruntled, and then you hear all these dirt sheet rumors that they want to go be in NXT and frolic with the Degrassi program. Because I'm pretty sure you're going to start hearing that about Daniel Garcia real soon.
I hope so.
Oh, WWE has big interest in Daniel Garcia. Cool. Let him go. Let him go. That's all you could do, man. Keep the cream of the crop. Now, of course, you need some people around to be jobbers to the stars. I understand that. But Daniel Garcia isn't even good in that role. You saw that. You literally just saw that. He's not even good in that role. Let him go. Max Caster, same thing. Let him go. Let him go. Orange Cassidy, go. Lord knows you tried it. Let it go. Let it go. But if you get, but if he's your bud and you got to keep him around, okay, cool. Have him work backstage and doing something. Have him sweeping up backstage or some shit. I don't know. Have him doing wrestler's laundry. I don't know. But he shouldn't be nowhere near your television. All right. Go ahead and take the next match, sir.
All righty. We have the main event. We have Hangman Adam Page taking on Kyle Fletcher in a cheat code of a match. I thought this was fucking phenomenal.
They worked this like it was all in. Right.
But to put a bow on this, Buckshot Lariat for the win. Kyle, you know what? Kyle needs a title. Kyle needs to go after Kenny, go after Okada, go after Adam. One of those three. He has it. He has the look. He has the charisma. He has everything. And he is just light years ahead right now. Every week he just shows he's a few years ahead of the curve.
So the same way how I went out on a limb on Monday and I said Ivy now outperformed Stephanie Victoria in their match, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Kyle Fletcher outperformed Hangman in this match.
Yeah.
It was still a cheat code. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But, like, I think Kyle Fletcher outperformed Hangman in this match. And him working through that nasty fucking gash he had on his back. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I got to give credit where credit is due. I got to give credit where credit is due. He outperformed Hangman Adam Page, to me, by a lot. Like, if Hangman put up 25 points, Kyle Fletcher put up 45. Still, both are good stat lines, but one is just a little bit better. So, Tony, what I'm saying to you is it's only going to be so long you can continue to have him. I don't want to call him a jobber to the stars because that's not what he is. It's only so many times you could have him taking character losses before the audience is going to be like, hey, bro, that's your guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's paid his dues at this point. It's time to put that rocket on his back, homie. Pause if necessary.
Pause.
I think it is, bro. I think it's that time.
Fletcher's shown you so much in his matches with Will and now Hangman.
Yeah, like how many stars do you have to see him perform against? How many? What, Rey Mysterio got to come into the company? You got to see him have a good lucha match with him or something? Tony, that's your future. Go ahead.
Does he need to does he need to go against Kenny? Does he need to impress an EVP?
Yeah, dude, what's the litmus test? Please let me know.
Yeah.
Because if I was in your shoes, Tony, I'm telling you right now, I'm finding a way after All In to get him at the top of the card.
Right.
Because All In is going to be your reset button. Let's be real. Everybody, let's be real here. All In Texas is going to be your reset button on your product, your programming, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be your reset button. Kyle Fletcher needs to be at the top of that. And you're going to have to belt him up soon, too, by the way. Like, you're not going to have a choice, homie. You're not going to have a choice. Yeah, so the reset button after All In is going to be something to watch. I've been telling people that off camera. That's going to be something to watch. I'm curious to see what Tony does after All In. I'm very curious. Is it a couple things he could keep going? Sure. But for the most part, I would say anywhere from 80 to 90% of his product needs to be all new storylines. But the good news is I trust Tony with that way more than I trust Triple Nose with that. Because we got Run It Backlash coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God.
I've been saying WWE is the worst at follow-ups for a very long time. And I'm going to continue to say that. AEW is cornering the market on pay-per-view follow-ups right now. TNA used to be the best at it, though.
Yep. Those were the days.
In a land far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those days. But not
to mention, not only is it running backlash, you have an announcer going up against a wrestler.
As a follow-up to him tapping out to a Yeet merchant.
Yes.
Let that one marinate. He tapped to a dude that goes Yeet. In his next feud, your bright idea is to put him in a feud with a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
So many examples of why you do not sign on the dotted line, and motherfuckers keep doing it. Like idiots. Like just massive fucking idiots. Oh, boy. But we're not here to talk about WWE. Let's go to ratings.
Right.
I'm going to give this show a flat 9. It had a pay-per-view sense of urgency. I would have liked to see more of a balance on this show. The wrestling was phenomenal, but I would have liked to see more of a balance on this show. I felt like it was a decent enough balance for me to give it a 9, but I feel like if there was just maybe one more marquee promo, I would have probably had this at a 9.5. If it was like one more promo that was like the Mercedes Moné promo, I probably would have been at 9.5. But because it wasn't, I'm at a flat 9. Oh, shit, moment of the night. Oh, the opener. Hell, shit.
Yeah.
I can't go against that. What the fuck?
Right. I'm actually gonna go 9-2. I think this show was really well done. I think the weaknesses were very small to where you had to be really nitpicky. Moment of the night, I'm gonna give it to the main event. I'm gonna give it to Kyle. Kyle killed it tonight.
Dude, we got Mo said 8.8 moment of the night. Kyle Fletcher. Paulo said 9.4. Matthew Sheldon said 9.2. That 8-man tag. Said agree one of the best dynamites of 2025. You could damn near say that about all of them.
Yeah, really.
Xavier said 8.7. Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher said, yeah, if that's what I was kind of getting at. Like, if it was a Jamie Hayter promo, like right after she ran off Mercedes and she would have just like did like a little pipe bomb style promo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tony, I'm sick of your delusion. I'm sick of all of this. I'm coming for what's mine. This, that, like something like that. I probably would have been like, yeah, I would have probably been at a 9.5. I probably would have been at a 9.5. Yeah. Said Backlash looks like another glorified house show. That's all they cards, though.
Yeah.
Mo said 58 minutes and 21 seconds of wrestling on SmackDown. I'm shocked it was even close to an hour of wrestling on SmackDown. But then 33 minutes and 2 seconds of wrestling on Raw. Ron's got a flat 9-2. Said moment of the night, all-star 8-man tag match. Go ahead.
33 minutes of wrestling with only 2 matches?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mind-blowing.
Hour 5 minutes, 19 seconds on Collision. Hour 11 minutes and 32 seconds on Dynamite. Miguel said 9.1. Moment of the night. Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher. Mr. Mayhem said 9. Moment of the night. Toni Storm versus Miyu. Hangman Fletcher was a moment of the night for him. Pin Mike said AEW been hitting at a 90% clip in 2025. I'll go 95 if I'm being honest. Catherine said 9 moment. Okada, Omega sharing an AEW ring. Mo said 4 matches on Raw.
Okay. There were 2 matches that were regular matches that actually had a finish. 2 other matches had fuck finishes and were Dairy Queens. Hence, 2 matches.
Yeah, we got to stop calling Dairy Queen finishes matches.
That's no.
Like, if you golf a plus 25, like you see what I'm saying? Like that's
which might have happened yesterday in my area.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know if that is the real Jose the assistant, but if it is, what is up, Jose the assistant?
Yes.
All right.
Welcome in.
Yeah. Mo said I get that. I hate that you came in at the end of the review. Watch it back if you are the real one.
Yeah.
Watch it back if you are the real one. Said some idiot in the crowd tonight tried a Yee chant and got shut down. Was it, Catherine? Was it the person that you sent me that picture of?
Oh, God.
Man, you want to talk about Fed Walker Couture. God damn.
Couture? Was it Coochie?
Oh, my God. Bro, I swear she sent me that picture. I said, Lord. It's like how I describe Fed Walkers to the T. I swear to God, it is exactly how I describe Fed Walkers to the T. They come to the AEW events. They got all WWE merch on. They got the WWE belt. They come in the arena trying to start WWE chants. If they're sitting next to you, they're trying to spark up a conversation about WWE. Okay, real quick. I've noticed this tonight. I'm going to call it out real quick. First and last time, and I'm going to say it nicely. Y'all don't want me to start taking the comments down off of the screen. We will get to stuff. I know y'all be excited. But I saw a clear the air in the comment section, and we ain't even got to it.
Oh, my God.
If you don't slow the fuck down. Stop trying to jump ahead of us. It's not a race. It's not a race. Like, we'll talk about it. I promise. You got our word. We'll talk about it. I've been noticing some of y'all doing that the whole show. We don't have a lot of rules. We really don't police our audience that much. We don't. But come on now. Come on, y'all. All right. Ron said less than 50 minutes of wrestling, over 3 hours of Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, they're not a wrestling company. If you just now figuring that out. So I got to remind myself of Dairy Queen matches. Yeah, we got to start getting into the habit of not considering those finishes and matches. Like, seriously.
Right.
Said that all bald wrestler sign made me laugh. I think I saw a sign in the crowd. I could be wrong that said AEW has the best wrestlers. I said, oh, that sign is going to piss some people off, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, boy, that sign is going to piss some people off.
I did like the sign by Ricochet that said you gave bald people a bad name.
And I love how miserable the dude looked holding the sign.
No.
Like, why did he look so miserable? That was what made that funny to me. I was like, why is he so fucking miserable? But that's all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right. Well, guys, clear the air. Now, clear the air. But clear the air. Patience is a virtue to a certain degree. That is advice that we have been given our whole life. Patience is a virtue. And I'm going to add to a certain degree and to a certain extent onto the end of that. People, this is going to fuck y'all up. Some of y'all, it's going to go against the coding that has been given to you your whole life. A lot of people tell you patience is a virtue because they don't want you to pass them up. Let me say that again. A lot of people that tell you patience is a virtue are the same people that don't want you to pass them up. Patience is a virtue is a mental note, imagine it like a mental sticky note that you should always have to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's a person that is constantly telling you that over and over and over, it's because they don't want to see you do better than them. Some of y'all, that might be a family member. Some of y'all, that might be a best friend you've had your whole fucking life. I might have just struck a chord with somebody in this motherfucker. But that's the truth. Don't let nobody tell you to slow down your progress just because they can't get to where you at. I'm telling you, that shit will hold you back for years. If you let it, it will hold you back for years. And you're going to look back and be like, damn, where did all that progress go that I was making? You surrendered it to a person that kept telling you, oh, patience is a virtue. And typically it comes from old heads. It comes from somebody that's at least 30 years older than you, 25 to 30 years older than you. Oh, patience, young blood. You'll get there. You'll get there. They tell you that because they see a potential in you that could pass them up at the same age that they were trying to chase what you chasing. When you were their age, when they were your age, they weren't even close to where you were at. You can't take advice from everybody and stop listening to every person that tells you patience is a fucking virtue. And that's what I want to clear the air on.
I guess mine's in addition to yours, because patience is something that needs to happen in other areas. So yesterday, my internet went down because we had 15 mile an hour winds all day, all fucking day. And I requested a call to let me know when everything was done. Never got a phone call. Never got anything. I had to call them this morning at 10:30 to see if everything was fixed. And they're like, well, didn't you get our call? No. Well, thank you for being patient with us. I shouldn't have had to have been patient if you just called me when you said this shit was fixed.
Yeah, man, I don't like when things can be done and people don't do them, and then when you ask why are the results not happening, they blame you.
Right.
I'm currently dealing with a situation like that right now, but I'll tell you what, you got to know when to walk away from certain shit because, dude, you going to end up running out of patience and you going to end up crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
And now you ain't got nothing. You ain't even got your damn freedom.
Right.
So, yeah, you got to be careful with that type of stuff. And by the way, guys, I think that is the real Jose the Assistant. I clicked on the page, and yeah, that appears to be the real Jose the Assistant. So hello, Jose
That's
the
awesome.
Assistant. Appreciate you checking out the show. I want you to watch the whole review, though, man.
Yeah.
I want you to watch the whole review if you can. I don't know where you are, if you in the car, whatever the case may be. Watch the whole review, man. We dropped some gems. We really kicked it heavy. So much love to you for popping in and showing the necessary love. You know, we always welcome people from the industry to come in here and support.
Yeah.
All right, but you drop that.
Drop by and say hello.
Yeah.
Maybe leave a like.
That's right. That's right. You see what we got. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Next stream, I'm putting a delay on the chat. Y'all gonna have to respond 5 seconds after we say some shit. I'm gonna put this motherfucker on the delay on Friday. Goddamn, y'all, man. Tonight, y'all was like, I'm just gonna talk 3 segments ahead of y'all motherfuckers. Fuck, man. God damn, man, shit. But all love, man. It's time for us to get the fuck up out of here, though, man. So therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the brazen in his ass. So, sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dance, just your boy, Mr. Starkside.
The big football boy on the midside. So, cute 6 is that, and the eternal pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all.
See you Friday.